You can see right now that we are looking into a very common problem by Python developers using your file name same as a built-in library. You can see how we are importing the random library and we also have a file name that is using the same name. And this is going to lead into a confusion every time in Python because it won't know what it needs to import. Now, in order to run in two different versions, I'm going to build separated images with Python 3.12 and also 3.13 with the beta version. And if we bring our terminal and run this program in separated versions, in two different versions, then the result is going to look like this. First, with Python 3.12, it really does not execute the program, obviously, but we don't really have an idea what we should do. There is no suggestion how to solve the problem. And if we run this with the 3.13, then you can see that it suggests us to rename our file name to something else, because using the same name as the standard library module name is going to lead into a problem. Okay, so you can see here in this part in the parentheses that it suggests to consider renaming the file name, and that is nice. We are going to see much more improvements in error messages, not only in these cases but in different common errors, and that's going to help a lot to a new developers because new developers could understand what they should do in order to solve the problem. Another perfect example and improvement of error messages is in cases that you pass wrong attributes to some functions in Python. We try to pass here maximum split equals to 1 to that string, and then we receive this result. You might expect to receive that result here in the comment, but thanks to the max split, we only split to here, and then these strings are concatenated because we have maximum split to 1. Now I'm going to mismatch this with an underscore, and then I'm going to build two images, first with 3.12 and 3.13, and we will see how the error messages are going to look like. So we are going to run here docker run python 3.12, and then you can see that it says maximum split is an invalid keyword argument for split. But if we run this with 3.13, then you can see that it suggests to correct the argument name. And you can see that it says, did you mean maximum split without an underscore? And actually this is a huge improvement for developers in all levels, because it is very natural to forget how some attributes are named and how you should pass them. So that is very, very nice. Let's play with the interactive shell of Python. Right now we are using an older version than 3.13, and I'm doing some wrong things here by purpose. I'm trying to call a method that is a property and I cannot call it, and I also use a method for strings that does not really exist, and that is why I'm receiving this error. Doing the same thing with Python 3.13 is going to look much more user-friendly. You can see that here for the not callable property I'm receiving a nicer error message. Everything is colorized basically, so Python 3.13 introduces the color option that is enabled by default, and you can see this in the replace all method, which really does not exist, and that is much more user friendly. There are more colors so you can read your problems. And taking a look in the documentation of 3.13 beta version, you can see that this could be turned off if we pass in the environment variable of Python colors to 0, but having colors by default is very user friendly. So in general, few more updates. In the typing library, we see some defaults are being added. This has been a library that is very popular in the recent years because it helps you to write type hints in your functions, and there are some defaults that have been introduced in the 3.13 version. iOS is becoming an official supported platform in this version, and also Android in the near future, not on this version. And I'm not sure if this directly means that you can compile your source code in an iOS platform, but this definitely means that you get to experience more building projects rather than just using the Kiwi library, which allows you to build applications and run it on the iOS platform. But we can take a look here and read more information about it, and I'm also sure that more information is going to be revealed as the official release is going to be released in a few months. This is only the beta version and only the updates in general. So we could get excited about new modules in 3.13, but unfortunately there are no new modules, and usually after beta versions, it really ensures that there are not going to be new modules because there is a code freeze when a beta version is released. But I really like the improved modules section in each release because from A to Z, all the modules are listed here, and there are some great improvements for each of the popular modules in each release. So I linked this in the description as well. You can control find your module and read about improvements in the modules that you use in your projects.